TV.
What up guys, Robby Mier here, out at Youth Adventure. Probably not the best setup to teach this trick, but today I'm going to do a flip drop-in tutorial. And I know a lot of people want to do this trick. It's pretty scary, so I'm going to go through the basics and hopefully you guys can get a little bit of confidence from my tips. You know, be able to work into it safely because honestly it's a pretty sketchy trick to learn. And yeah, let's get into it. Tip number 1, helmet. Helmet, helmet, helmet. Do not do this trick without a helmet. I may not be the best example for this because I do a couple on Instagram and stuff without helmets, but do not try this trick without a helmet. It is dangerous, just like every other flip trick. It could go wrong, so no matter what, practice with a helmet on, as I did when I started. I refuse to do it without one, and you guys should too. Alright, tip number 2, it's all technique. People are going to want to roll up at different angles. Some people want to go straight, some people like 45, I like 45, that's just preference. Some people like going straight adjacent to the coping. And all these are great, it's all preference. There's no certain way you have to do this trick. It's literally just the way you want to do it, and as long as you have confidence doing it, it's going to be the way that you prefer. So essentially what I would recommend doing is you want to hit the coping. When I pop for it, I hit my front tire on the coping and then pop off. And sometimes my back tire hits it, not always. But hitting the coping helps when you're first learning how to do it. It'll give you that tiny bit of pop you might need, and then you'll be able to progress on to not needing a coping eventually into the future. But on the start, I would recommend a tiny bit of coping so you can get a little bit of pop and get into that transition just how you want to. One thing you are going to want to know is the bigger the quarter, the easier it's going to be. But that doesn't mean you should just go do it into a 12 foot. I'd recommend like a 6 or a 5 foot quarter is probably your best bet to start learning this trick, and then move up into a huge quarter like that, because that's a whole different level to this trick, and honestly I have trouble doing into those kind of quarters, and I've been doing this trick for a while. So don't go too big off the bat. Try about a 5 or a 6 foot quarter is pretty good. 4 is going to make it so you need to flip a little bit faster, but it's all preference again, so find the quarter you like. Alright, so last tip I have, my friend Chris, who's really good at these tricks, before I knew how to do them well, Chris told me that I should have my shoulders above the grips and putting pressure down before I pop for it. This is going to allow you to pop straight up, because when you do this trick, you want to jump as high as you can and pull for it. Do not just pull straight back, because that's how you hit your head on the coping. So you need to pop as high as you can. The higher you pop, the less fast your flip needs to be, and the easier it becomes. Alright, so I'm going to break down how to do the trick in the most basic way I can, because everyone knows when you're trying to trick like this, it's not as easy as just words are going to tell you. So essentially what you're going to want to do is, you're going to pick your angle first and foremost. You're going to want to know what angle you want to come into, because everyone has their own preference. Everyone's going to want a different angle. So after you figure out your angle, whatever angle you want, straight, sideways, 45 like me, that's my preference, may not be yours. But I'm going to roll up 45 degrees myself. I'm going to roll up to the coping, shoulders above the grips, pressure pushing down, so when I pop up, it's going to let me get the maximum pop I can. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make sure my front tire gets all the way up to the coping. Once it hits the coping, that's when I know I got to pull back. So I hit the coping, pop, and tuck into the smallest ball I can as fast as possible. That's going to make you flip as fast as you can into the quarter, and that's what you need to land this trick. Alright, so this is a pretty small quarter. This is going to be my first attempt of the day, not that warmed up, but let's see if I can do it. I'm going to pop straight up, shoulders above the grips, remember that, and jump as high as you can, then the flip doesn't have to be as fast. Let's go. Ooh. Not bad for the first attempt. I'll land one for you guys, and then maybe I'll remember some more tips to give you afterwards. Let's try it again. Alright, so hopefully these tips are going to help. This trick's pretty hard to learn at first, but when you get deeper into it, you can almost do it anywhere. Alright, so that's going to be everything I have for the flip drop tutorial. Now we're going to move on, and my friend Maverick behind the camera hasn't done one in a while. So now he's going to get his turn to try one and use my tips to see if he can land one into this quarter. Alright, so Maverick's warming up for the flip in right now. I don't know if he's doing it yet, but you want to give the viewers some more tips if you have any?
So what I do is I make sure I go slow at it. I don't like going really fast, because the slower you are, the more of a chance you have of popping up. And this is like probably one of the smallest cars I've ever done it on. It's pretty small, it's like 3 feet. So you really gotta use that cope to help push you up. And then like lean over the bars, make sure you're pushing a lot of weight on the bars, like Robby said in the beginning. Alright, one more tip, if you can flare really low, it helps a lot. Like just that pulling is a lot like flaring really low. Woo, this is scary. Oh, okay, right here. Right here, I got this. I got this. Hopefully it's first try.
Come on, Maverick, you just watched the tutorial.
I know. It's still scary. You gotta have so much confidence to throw this trick. You gotta not overthink it though. The more you overthink it, like I'm doing right now, is the worst case scenario. Never overthink it.
Alright, show us how to not overthink, Maverick.
Alright. Okay guys, it's not that bad. Never is that bad.
Oh, it smells like burnt rubber from you sliding on the ground.
Oh my God.
Second try.
Oh my gosh. That is always a good feeling. It's like such a good feeling trick. Once you throw it, you realize how easy it is.
So that's going to be it for my flip drop tutorial. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. If you did, feel free to tag me on social media. I want to see you guys landing this trick and learning it. You can find me at Robby Meir on everything, and then Full Ride on YouTube. And then make sure to subscribe to Mad Gear down below on YouTube. Leave a comment if you want to see more of these. And thanks for watching.